Okay guys, back at it here again. Another video recap. Let me check if that's in the, okay, there's a little glare right here, but it's okay. Yeah, so made a video prior to this, which kind of went over this whole system more or less about how credit repair works and the credit reporting process. If you have not watched it yet, I highly encourage you to do so because you know it can get a little complicated. But yeah, today I have a special video. It's basically a hit list. So recently there was this, thing that happened. Actually, it was good. This black lady that's basically doing credit repair wrong, like a bunch of other people on YouTube. She basically just going to prison. All right. And yeah, all these YouTube gurus out there that are false prophets. Remember I made a video about the credit repair false prophets? Well, but they're basically capitalizing on this attention arbitrage and just putting in their headline about this case, about this thing that's going on, and that's how they get clickbait. That's how they get YouTubes, with those vanity metrics. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna call out some of them, but I gotta readjust the camera. I have to, wipe this whiteboard down because it's going to be a completely new topic. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to be calling out a few names here because honestly, I'm kind of tired of it. And before we go into that, the video that we're about to dive in is not casting shade. It's not hate. Okay, I have no hate towards anyone, but I'm just going to literally, like, if you have a YouTube channel, you pop up in front of the camera, record from your mom's basement. This ain't no basement here, this is a high rise, okay? So if you feel the need to act like you know credit repair and film from your mama's basement, okay, I'm gonna call you. I've reserved the right to film from my high rise on a nice whiteboard. No, we don't have any fancy editors where the camera pauses because you stuttered and then it went to another scene. I'm just gonna cut the scene when I do a time lapse when I wipe this off, but this is here in the raw. Me being 100 transparent, filming from my high rise, and like no fancy cameras, just my iPhone. But that's not important. The likes, the comments, the subscribers, that's not really important here. Those vanity metrics don't correlate or are causative to the results that we get to credit repair or the knowledge. Focus on the things that I'm saying and the factual findings of evidence. That's what you should talk about. But anyway, like I said, I just want to leave that disclosure here. I'm not hating on anyone. I can't hate on anyone. Like if you actually had a YouTube channel and you knew what you were talking about instead of pretending, filming from your mama's basement, then I'll be like, okay, I can't say anything. And there are people that don't even have a YouTube channel that actually the founder of Lexington Law has a YouTube channel, but you know how many likes he got on it? 2 likes. I know him. I was mentored by him. You can go find him if you want, but yeah, that's one thing. I was mentored by the founder of Lexington Law, the godhead of Lexington Law, and we'll go in about the history of credit and how it's evolved to all this crazy stuff that's been going on. And believe it or not, this whole thing that went on, it's not the first time it's happened, it's not the last time. So don't act like it's some groundbreaking news. So we're gonna I have a little hit list. It's on my phone here. Gotta take it from this phone and put it here. Okay, haven't done it yet. I just literally woke up today, good morning, and we're gonna just, hash at it. So hit list is on here. We're gonna call out some names. I'm gonna use some screen record videos and quote these people that are full of shit, okay? And all right, without further ado, let me get to work here. time, wrote a few things, and believe it or not, this is just the beginning. I'm gonna have to wipe this down after I go dissecting this dude over here, okay? So this is just kind of like the keynotes. So today, credit repair, false profits, and my hit list. The first one on my hit list today is Mr. Marvin Francois, false profit. I went ahead and I'm not searching for these people. I'm literally typing in like credit repair, collection, this, that, and I'm literally just picking the first dude like with like the most views. And it's surprising that all these people that have like the highest views, their knowledge is so subpar. I don't even know how they're getting results for their clients, and that's just the straight up truth, right? And I realized that these people don't have viable means to repair credit, nor do they have actual clients. Instead, what they have is vanity metrics, PR companies that they actually buy subscribers and they literally post comments, right? And actually some of these guys, like most of them, not some, have a lot of fake subscribers to their channel. And you would know this because if you look at all their videos, they get pretty much double the amount of views that I get, which is not much. I get my videos get on average maybe hundreds of views. Within a week, they get close to 100 views. Okay, now I have like hundreds of subscribers, not a lot, maybe like 100 subscribers. So I don't even know how much. I don't even keep track of those things, right? I'm literally not trying to hack the YouTube or pay a service to get vanity likes and all that stuff. This is just me putting this stuff up. If you guys are smart enough, you can figure it out. And yeah, so if I have 200 subscribers and he has 45,000 or even more, like maybe some have hundreds of thousands, but their videos only get a couple hundred likes, a couple hundred views, that should tell you they're full of shit, right? You can just look at their channel and like reverse engineer it, and you could like put 2 and 2 together and you could figure that out, right? So, just saying. Anyway, Mr. Marvin Francois, he's definitely a false prophet. Let's pull up his video. I need to pull up his video because you need to know what he says, all right? That way, you can clearly see what this guy is saying. And like, it's funny because all these YouTube guys, they're basically, filming from their mama's basement. They're wearing fake glasses. Their glasses not even real. Like, look at this guy. Like, his glasses, I don't even know if they're real or not, but why is it all of these YouTube gurus, they all wear glasses, but they're probably not even real. They're trying to trick you to think that they're smart. They do these little tricks that make them look smart, but here's the thing. Being smart and looking smart are two different things. Like, you're gonna have to like change that part. A lot of people think that just because they look smart, maybe they are smart. You don't know what looking smart is. Don't listen or don't look at their appearance. Look at the content of what they're saying, and don't just take what they're saying as the truth because they can make gestures with their body and think that they're all cocky and arrogant and think that they're so smart. Fact check everything with exhibits, case law, history, and everything. And I'm gonna basically help you fact check everything because I'm gonna put links in the description. I'm gonna show you case laws, higher levels of court and federal entities that actually mandate these things. Not just basic stuff like Fair Credit Reporting Act. I'll break down the Fair Credit Reporting Act and where it came to be and why, and also subsets of those laws and new amendments to those acts and the Court of Appeal it and everything. Like, these people like just basically copy one YouTuber from the next, and really, I'm not copying anything because what I have to say is going to be completely different from this idiot right here. So, like I said, this guy would copy off another guy and copy another guy, and then they do the same thing. Even with that new event that happened, that lady, that black lady, that does credit repair, she did she did fraud basically. And you notice, if you just type in credit repair, all these guys' videos will pop up. They're all black people with glasses, and like they're all saying the same thing. They're like, oh, I hope she gets the case dropped, or I feel bad for her. Dude, Why would you feel bad for her? She is an adult. She committed fraud, okay? You're actually like on her side, and that's to tell you, those people are fake that are backing her up. And they have this knee-jerk reaction to post these videos about her. It's the pot calling the kettle, not black. All the black people on the YouTube, right? Wear glasses. Just look for them. And actually, people have called me and said this too. So remember, it's the pot calling the kettle black, because it's a knee-jerk reaction, because they're doing the same shit. People are paying them to do that, and they're telling people how to do it. They'll delete their YouTube video, and they'll say, "Oh, it's not me. Oh, look at her, look at her, look at her. I wish you the best," because they're feeling remorseful because they know they did it, right? And how do I know this? Because you can look at their channels, right? Their posts and their videos have conflicting ideas, and they contradict. One video contradicts the other, and I'll break that down. So anyway, Marvin Francios. Let's watch his video a little bit, and I'll break it down for you.
First thing that you should know is that excess personal information on your credit report is probably the #1 reason why you've been struggling to get resolved. For a lot of people, if you take some time to look at your credit report and you go to the personal information section, you'll notice that you have old addresses that you probably used to live at, old employers that you probably used to work for, and to you, this may seem harmless, but little did you know that if you are currently in the process of getting your credit repaired or repairing your credit for yourself, these are the things that the credit reporting agencies can and most likely do use to help keep negative accounts showing on your credit report. A lot of times this...
Stop him right there. He says these are the things that credit reporting agencies use to keep negative information on your report. No, not really. Not even close, right? Yeah, so like I said, he's a one-trick pony, and he's relying on old dispute methods, archaic methods. He's basically, and we'll have to watch a little bit more, but I just want to stop and pause him there. His thing that he's banking on is basically stating that your personal information section, which is the top of your credit report, your name, address, your employer, phone number, that's not what's keeping negative stuff on your report, dummy. That's just information that the creditors get from third parties, the credit agencies get from creditors that you willingly signed on to basically market things to you, okay? How do you think they pull up your credit report first? They do it with your personal information, your phone number. How do you think you get those calls? How do you think you get those things in the mail to offer you credit card offers or those things on Credit Karma? Well, when you subject yourselves to those apps, Credit Karma, this, that, Experian, and Capital One is a big one. And we can go about the lawsuit that happened in 2007 with Capital One from with the Federal Reserve, okay? And we'll go on that later, but this is going to be a long video. Unlike him, he's like, I don't have time to name all the other credit agencies. You don't have time. You have time to basically make a video of BS, but you don't have time to actually share valid information. Like, get out of here. Another contradiction there. So like I said, I'm going to be unfiltered, brutally honest with all these guys, and I don't even care because, like I said, there's no hate here. I don't know these guys personally, but I'm just going to like fact check their knowledge, and they don't know shit. Like, literally, they don't know shit. So anyway, we're going to watch the rest of this video. And here.
A lot of times this excess personal information can be directly connected to negative accounts that you've been disputing on and struggling to get removed. And the reason for that...
So he's banking on that old, like, first grade, kindergarten, like, method of changing your information. He just flat out said, a lot of people don't know that, well, you don't know, dipshit, that your personal information is connected to negative information. So he's thinking that just because you can change an address and trick the bureau like that other dipshit credit coach Q, yeah, that guy too as well. He's wearing glasses, filming from his mom's basement, all right? So, like I said, if you want to try to look smart and film from your mom's basement and watch that channel and get false information, then I reserve the right to roast you. In my high rise. No basement here, okay? So, continue the video.
Been disputing on and struggling to get removed. And the reason for that is because the credit reporting agencies, data furnishers, and the creditors are using that excess PI to help keep those negative accounts on your report. So if you want to improve the effectiveness of your disputes moving forward,
now, if he thinks that is the way that they're keeping information, if you honestly think that is the reason why, or that's how they're keeping negative information on your credit report, I feel sorry for you. There's a lot more things and a lot more smarter things that creditors can do to keep information on your credit report. And you would know that if you dealt with, tens of thousands of clients. I myself have worked on tens of thousands of clients, got them literally the same results, pretty much. If you take 1,000 of my clients, at least 80% of them are going to get their stuff clean in 1 to 3 months. That's just my record, because I know how to dispute, because there's a lot of things that people do, like such as using old archaic methods that just elongate the time of disputing things. And this isn't one of those videos where we'll repair your credit fast, guaranteed. No, I'm not saying all that. I can't legally say that, and the facts are, like I just told you, if I have 10,000 clients and 80% of them get most of their stuff removed, or all of it, within 1 to 3 months, there's still thousands of people, okay, that aren't. So I cannot legally say that, and I never tried to paint a picture or mislead. I never had to bribe my customers or or clickbait them or twist their arm to sign up with my service. It's just not my style. Okay, for me, I'm putting my name on the line, being transparent with you guys. Whether you sign up or not, that's your choice. But before you do, you have to be 100% convinced. I don't even take on clients. People call me, like a guy did yesterday, say, "Oh, I saw your YouTube video, da da da," and he's trying to bait me into like giving him more information. Dude, you do your homework yourself. I don't need like your business, okay? It's not about me, all right? When I do my business, yeah, the trick is to be a successful businessman, you have to get paying clients. Yeah, I figured that part out already. I got that. See where I'm living? It's not cheap. It's really, really, really expensive here. So I understand that, but I have to stop myself, all right? And be like, okay, it's their decision. Let me arm them with the right information. So I'm not gonna BS you, say, I'm not trying to sell you anything. Well, I'm not trying to sell you anything, but I'm gonna arm you with information to make the right decision, whether you wanna join me or not. If you think that's selling in a bad way, okay, that's fine. You can believe that. But if you think that that's the correct way for you to make a conscious decision of the reality of this industry, who's fake and who is real, and it's probably better for you to hire a credit repair professional that actually can debunk these false profits methods of old school, outdated information, then you'll feel more comfortable. Whether or not you want to hire a company or not, at least you know that you don't want to hire one because of the facts that I presented in these exhibits here. So let's continue on with this video.
Counts on your report. So if you want to improve the effectiveness of your disputes moving forward, one of the best ways to do so is to remove the excess personal information before your dispute process, and sometimes even during your dispute process. One simple...
Okay. Unethical right there. He just said you want to alter your personal information during the dispute process. Why? That's trickery. You don't need to trick the bureaus. You don't need to play that game. He says one of the best ways, and this video, his whole video is based upon that one trick pony right here, is to remove your personal information. Okay, this is like borderline. It's not, you can't call it fraud, but it is deceptive in a way. And you can say it's, I don't know the legal term, but he's trying to manipulate information to basically trick the bureaus. You're like a pig wrestling another pig. Never wrestle with a pig, because the both of you get dirty and the pig likes it. And who's the pig here? It's the credit repair. It's the credit repair companies out there. It's the credit bureaus, and it's the creditors. Notice all the lawsuits, all the class action lawsuits are against the creditors or against the bureaus. You know how many lawsuits they've gotten, class actions, you know how many times the government went after them, okay? So you gotta figure out where you stand. So don't use trickery against them. You don't. You can use honesty. You have to understand. Now I'm gonna have to make another video about that. Or it's gonna be in this video. I'm gonna give you a little bit of history about the credit bureaus because I need to create context so you understand the structure of credit and credit repair and credit reporting. That way you know exactly what's going on here. So yeah, he's relying on that one method. It's not unaffected.
Times even during your dispute process. One simple method that you can implement to work against this is something that's called the 1-10-20 method, right? And this is actually something I learned from a mentor, and I even use it today within my own credit repair company. So it's very simple. All you're going to do, before you send out your first credit repair dispute letter, you're going to send out a personal information update request letter to the credit reporting agencies, right? 10 days after the first day you send that update letter, you're going to send out another one. So you're going to send one out on day 1, and then 10 days after that, you're going to send out another one. And then another 10 days from that 10th day when you sent out that letter, on the 20th day, that would be 10 days after, day 10, is when you're going to send out another personal information letter along with the actual dispute on behalf of your credit report, and that is the 1-10-20 method. Very simple. So to repeat one.
Okay, so my God, he's basically using this 1-10-20 method. He said send a information update request. Okay, first day, wait 10 days. You're already 10 days in. Send another information request. And then on the 20th day, which is 10 days after that 10th day, send another one. And he said it right there. I don't know if he said it right there, but he will say it. Yeah, he will say, I'm getting ahead of myself, but you can watch the video here, and I'm not wrong. You know, I will dismantle any of these jokes in like literally like 2 seconds. Not 2 seconds, sorry. It'll take me a little bit of time. Like this video, I'll just completely dismantle this guy's case. Anyway, the 1-10-20 method, that's not, you're not even disputing, right? You're asking for information. You're asking for the bureaus to update your information. And that's a one-trick pony right there. That's a one-way, it's a one-size-fits-all method. Like your size, the size of your socks will fit anyone else. Like one size fits all. Nobody, there's no one size fits all. Everyone thinks that there's one method to do everything. No, there's not. There's not. You can't approach this credit repair game thinking that you can use one trick to trick the bureaus. You are a false prophet. You are not even an amateur, right? You're like the average citizen here that can read at the 7th grade level, okay? And I will, once we're done with this, I'll go into that case, the independent study that states the majority of our collective society reads at the 7th grade level. But this credit report, this credit repair stuff, you're gonna have to read on above a college level, like a 30-year-old, like a 40-year-old. And that's not your average 30. I'm talking about like a lawyer, like MBA status, right? You need to hire someone with credentials. You look at these lawyers, and even lawyers are Joe Schmoes, but what does it take to become a lawyer? Well, you gotta read above the 7th grade level like this guy. I know you got glasses, buddy, but that ain't gonna prove that you're smart, okay? You just prove that you're dumb by posting the video. You just shamed yourself. So anyway, 1-10-20, dude, you're not even disputing it. So let me finish the video. Let's take our time here. And let's face it, I'm not gonna rush things here, and this video will be long, but I'm gonna have to do a lot of work on these guys, right? I'm gonna have to do a lot of videos to basically show you what's going on. I'm not gonna fit it in this video. I hope this video is gonna be 25 minutes long. There's a lot of bandwidth on my phone there.
Credit report, and that is the 1-10-20 method. Very simple. So to repeat once again, on day 1, you're going to send out a personal information update request letter. 10 days after that, you're going to send out the same exact letter. And then another 10 days after that, which would be the 20th day, you're going to send out another personal information update request letter. But this time, you're going to send it with the actual dispute with it. And then from there, your dispute flow will begin. Now, what you're doing when you send out these letters is that you're asking the credit reporting agencies to make it so that only one name, one address, and one employer are showing on your credit report, because that's what you need to make sure that your credit report is properly structured. And the beautiful thing about that is that when you're sending out these letters, you're not disputing on anything. It's a request. The difference between sending out a dispute, which is what you would normally do, versus a request, which is what you're doing now for your personal information, is that with a request, you don't need to send it every 30 to 35 days like you normally would for...
Oh, he just said it. Disputes take 30 to 35 days if you use the old archaic method. He just exposed himself 30 to 35. For him, he disputes, there we go. For him, his disputes, he has a method of 30 to 35 days. That would mean he subjects himself to the mercy of the credit bureaus. Think of that. This guy is playing by their game. I made another video about this. He's playing the bureau's game. And we'll go on about his video because there's a bunch of other stuff that he's just a freaking idiot at. Swear to God, oh my God. So, like he said, this is before you dispute. So you're gonna have to wait a month. And these aren't holidays, we're not counting holidays, we're not counting weekends, okay? We're not counting Sunday, these are business days. Monday through Friday, more or less. And like I said, not holidays, so it's not completely accurate. So you might wait 30 days before you even get a dispute. How would you like that, right? What if you have a mortgage? What if you have a mortgage you need to refinance, okay, and you have a deadline? I'm not stating that you can 100% get things removed in 30 days, but there are things such as a rapid rescore, okay? You can pause the closing process, okay? If you know the proper procedures and the laws, and if you have actual skills like me, you know how to talk to these underwriters, because you have to understand in the game of the free market, when you're trying to get a home, when you already have a home, you're trying to refinance, there's a deadline, you're gonna have to know the rules that you could use to postpone and buy yourself time if needed. But here's the thing, you're not even disputing 30 to 35 days yet, you have to wait 20 days. And that would indicate he's disputing with the mail. So you guys are gonna have to watch my other video, Credit Repair False Profits version 2. This is 3. And that would basically, I already debunked the mail system. The mail system, the fax system, the telephone system, and the quote unquote online system, okay, that's basically the mail. All of those systems are basically going to the mail. They just use those little buzzwords and those fax numbers and this to basically redirect you to the mail system, which you have to wait 30 to 45 days because you're limited on the disputes that you can send out when you're at the mercy of the bureaus. That's against the law, that's unethical. And then you go send these disputes, when you fax them, your dispute gets sent in the form of a code that gets counteracted by an ACDV method, automatic credit verification, automatic credit dispute verification, right? ACDV, automatic credit dispute verification system, okay? That is integrated. It's most likely integrated because it's a proprietary system that the bureaus have. And I know this can sound fancy, but it's like the truth. That is basically integrated with the eOscar system. The creditors use it, okay? Because why? They get their reporting software and license from the bureaus. Talk to a jeweler, talk to a auto dealer. They use the eOscar system, Metro 2 system, okay? It's a unified system that reports information. You have to break that shit down in order to understand how to do this. And this guy's a joke, man. Like, seriously. I can't believe how many views he got. Video, because I need to send you some more information here.
Send it every 30 to 35 days like you normally would for a dispute. With a request, you could send it every 5.
Normally, not normal here. Normally, we get a response within less than a week, sir. And I can dispute unlimited amounts. I can dispute things unlimited. But here's the thing. We're going to go on the video and he's going to tell you to relentlessly dispute your credit report, but we don't do the same disputes over and over again. You can't be a one-trick pony that does the same thing expecting different results. That's the definition of insanity. Thanks to Albert Einstein for making that clear to everyone. All right?
And then every 5 days, every 10 every 20 days. You could send it every day if you want to, right? And that's the beauty of it, which is exactly why if you're currently in your dispute flow, if you're currently disputing on your behalf and you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, is it too late for me to send out this personal information update letter to get my PI updated? The answer to that question is no, it's not. It doesn't matter if you're 30, 60, 90, 120 days into your dispute flow. You can send these personal information update request letters whenever you want and how often you want, up until you get to the point where the excess personal information is removed, and then from there you can stop. But until that happens, spam the bureaus, bust them in their neck. You understand? Until you get it.
What an idiot. This guy is a moron. Spam the bureaus, bust them in their neck. Dude, like, that shit don't work. I want to get, like, in a boxing match with this guy and get, like, to a fist fight and, like, actually, like, you know, hit him in his face for saying that. Don't mean to be violent here. I'm an amateur boxer, so. Anyway, spam the bureaus, hit him in their neck. What does this street talk have to do with anything intelligent about our financial system here? This dude is, like, worse. Spamming the bureaus will get you red flagged as your dispute will be shriveled up into a 9-digit code, 9 by 32-digit code, depending upon what bureau you send it to, and it will get counteracted by the ACDV, Automatic Credit Dispute Verification System, through the Oscar, and then it will be flagged as erroneous, frivolous, or unauthorized third party. Unauthorized third party is, you know, not a big deal because there are legitimate unauthorized third parties, reason to believe that. Or actually, all the disputes now are getting responded to as unauthorized third party. And you can fact check this because they did a study, all the disputes that are being sent, only 2% of them are being answered. But you have to think, okay? You have to freaking think, why are the disputes not being responded to, you freaking moron? There's a reason for that. You have to understand, you have to be really smart and understand there's a reason why things happen, okay? You can't just spam the bureaus. You're abusing the system here, okay? You're abusing the system and it's making it difficult for everyone to repair credit. He is no different, and all those freaking idiots are no different than that lady that falsified those documents with the police. And I can see why they would become so desperate. And becoming so desperate because your methods are dumb. Your methods don't work. Your methods are stupid. You're worse than a Neanderthal. You ever saw that movie 2001, made in the 1970s, where that monkey has a bone and he's like, boom, 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 spam the bureau. That's like this dipshit here. You are a monkey. You're not even a monkey yet. That's later, hundreds of millions of years later, a monkey came to be. You're not even a Neanderthal. You are a ape. You are an ape that just shaved all your hair off, put glasses on, pretended to be smart, and welcome to 2022 with old ass information. Spamming the bureaus. Dude, that's like some dipshit trying to fix a computer and hitting it with a hammer. Oh, just give it a little shake. Dude, don't listen to him, please. Like, wow, you're like worse than a freaking ape. This guy also is against the environment. You heard it. He's like, spam the bureaus. Every time you spam the bureaus and fax or mail a dispute, you're cutting down trees, buddy. Like, imagine how many disputes are there? Millions of disputes. Hundreds of millions of disputes. What's 2% of 400 million people on Earth, in America? Okay, 2%. That's 6 million people. But here's the thing. Only 2% of 400, let's say they were 2%, 6 million people. Only 6 million disputes are being answered to. That's mail right there. But then you have to factor the rest of the disputes. And these aren't 100% accurate, but these are just illustrations because we don't, off the top of my head, I don't know how many disputes are sent, but you can find this through an agency called CDIA, which is an agency that has all the collective disputes that consumers have sent, consumer data, intelligence, something like that. We'll dive into that later, and I deliberately said it wrong because I don't want to tell you about it yet. Because you can go into that system, you can go to that database, and you can make a big mess. Like I said before in the video, I classified two forms of information. Information that's harmful, that's going to give these idiots and these false prophets leverage to mess up this industry, and then there's information that is just, it's not going to be that big of a deal. And to be honest with you, the information that I'm sharing and not sharing is for a damn good reason, because I don't want to help these people. This is a prime example. Like before that lady got arrested, I made a video about this false profits and credit repair. Now all these people are acting like it's groundbreaking news about what she did. I was unbeknownst to that until yesterday or the day before I found that. But if you fact check my video, Credit Repair False Profits #1, that was before that. How did I know that? Well, this is, like I said, we don't know other people that are going through the same thing, because it's happened other places. That's only one media press outlet. And the reason why they did that, okay, is to warn people. The creditors like that, because the creditors have a case going on with CFPB saying they're only just responding to 2% of disputes. Well, the reason why, they can say this is their alibi. This lady and other black people with glasses on YouTube are telling people to do bad shit. And then they're, the pot calling the kettle black. Oh, it's not me, it's her. You know what I mean? No. That's not the truth. Okay? But anyway, like I said, this guy doesn't like the environment. Doesn't like, he likes cutting down trees. Okay? So you don't need to do that, right? You're messing up the environment for one, okay? You're messing up the ozone layer, all right? And for every tree that's cut, there's an engine, and a person that cuts it down. And so you're just wasting trees here. Stop doing that, okay? I'm green friendly. I know we're gonna have to cut trees down at some point, but let's minimize the damage here. You're not only cutting down trees, but you're making this difficult for all other disputes to be received. Because now the bureaus are not taking you serious, okay? First of all, you can't play the bureau's game, but you're actually making it worse when you're doing that, okay? So don't listen to that idiot, okay? And then number 4 treats old, outdated information as groundbreaking news. So we'll have to continue the video here.
But until that happens, spam the bureaus. Bust them in their neck. You understand? Until you get what you need to get. Now, for anybody who's watching this that doesn't have access to a personal information update letter, I'm going to make the one that I use within my credit repair company available in the description below.